Sarah, thank you. 45 million Americans have student loan debt, and in Maine, the average borrower has about $33,000 in debt. Jen Burke from the Maine Credit Union League is here to talk about the Supreme Court's recent ruling regarding student loan debt forgiveness and kind of what that means for the borrowers. So what does this Supreme Court decision mean?
So last August, the Biden administration proposed a student loan forgiveness plan, which would essentially have wiped out up to $20,000 worth of debt for eligible borrowers. But that's been in litigation pretty much since the plan was proposed. And on June 30th, the Supreme Court ruled that plan down, which means if you haven't been paying on your student loans, because some student loans have been in forbearance since the pandemic, you are going to need to start paying back on those loans, and it's just around the corner. So it's very disheartening because 116,000 Mainers applied to get all or partial student loan forgiveness through this forgiveness plan. So that's a lot of Mainers that are being impacted by the decision.
Yeah, and a lot of money statistically that they owe each individual borrower.
Absolutely. So for the best thing I can suggest for folks that are in this situation, you need to be aware that interest, which has been in forbearance for 3 years, is going to start to accrue in September. Payments are due in October. That's just around the corner.
So what are some of the steps that, borrowers can take to get ready?
Well, the first thing I would recommend any borrower to do is to go to studentaid.gov. You really want to make sure that the information that they have for you is still accurate. And then you also want to make sure that your loan servicer hasn't changed. The CFPB has said that 44% of loan servicers have changed since the pandemic. So that will basically tell you where your loan needs to be sent to, what the date is, the exact amount. You need to accrue all of that information, do your research. And if you were doing auto pay, which is something I recommend, it's like a set it and forget it, and your loans have been in forbearance, you need to re-sign up for that. So it's not automatically going to happen. And then, of course, you need to begin to budget, especially if you haven't been paying since the pandemic. Now, some borrowers have. They've been paying down their debt. Some haven't. But you need to figure out now what you need to cut out of your budget. And if you just simply can't afford to make those payments, now is the time to contact those loan servicers to see, can we rework a payment plan based on your current income levels?
Yeah, so that was my next question. Is there any kind of thing anybody can do,
You want to work with your loan servicer. You do not want to be missing payments. And so really take the time now to figure out if you're going to be able to make those monthly payments, and if you're not, what can be done to perhaps readjust. You're still going to have to pay that money back, but you may be able to have a more manageable monthly amount that gets taken out. And then again, if you are having any problems with debt, not just student loans, but overall debt, I encourage you to contact your credit union or a local financial institution. Seek some professional help to see what other debt consolidation is out there that can help you through this period, especially for those that haven't been paying. Again, a lot of people have, and they've been taking advantage of zero interest on their federal debt, but some folks haven't and haven't financially been able to, and they are going to need to come this fall.
Yeah, well, back to reality a little bit.
Unfortunately.
Yes,
yeah.
All right, Jen, thank you so much. We appreciate the tips. We'll be right back.